Today I wanted to show you the Derwent Watercolour paint pan set. Now this is a set of 24. It also comes in a set of 12, but when I looked at the colours, the ones I really like, they were only available in the set of 24. So don't throw this box away until you've cut out this mini shade card here, because it's something you can pop into the palette and carry with you. Now of course you will want to experiment and do your own shade card, but that little card there is really useful. Now I have used the Derwent watercolour paper to do my little swatches, but you could use any watercolour paper, whatever you have. So what I love about this is you've got this really sweet little palette. It's really quite portable, it's not too heavy, it's a lovely size to pop in your bag, and you have everything in here. You just need to add paper. So you've got your mixing palette. You can see I started to use my mixing palette, but because I'm working at home I just use my old one and my normal Pentel water brush. But you have a specially designed little water brush in here, and you have all of these lovely colours. Now you have 4 little mini palettes in here, each with 6 colours, and they pop out completely, but each individual colour pops out really easily as well. So this is such a great thing that you can just replace the colours that you use most often. You don't have to go and buy a whole set. So it's a really economical way of buying your watercolour paints. Now they are half-size pans, and that is all you really need for when you're travelling, or if you're just starting out and you're learning to mix your colours and you're learning which colours you like and which you're not so keen on. And from this set, or even from the set of 12, you can mix up lots of different colours. I've had a lot of fun mixing with these. Now Derwent says use plenty of water on your water brush, but I found it didn't need as much water as I thought. Maybe I was adding a little bit too much and I did flood my colours, but you can easily take these little pans out and you can clean out the palette. It's absolutely fine. So just add your water and just experiment and see how best to use your colours. Now the Amethyst has the lowest light fastness. It's a 5, which is moderate, but all of the other colours are a 7 or an 8, which is very good or excellent. So you're guaranteed you have a nice light fastness in these colours. So we do have a Chinese white, which I hardly ever use. I only really used it to mix up a paler grey using the Payne's Grey. We have a lovely Payne's Grey here. I also use that to mix some darker blues, because the blues are not that dark. So if we just put this over here for a minute, and we'll have a look at my colour swatches, which are on the Derwent watercolour paper. So we have here, I've done a little asterisk on the side of the shades that are in the box of 12, in case you just want to know what's in the box of 12. And both palettes do have the Chinese white. Now obviously I haven't swatched that out on my white paper, but we have some lovely shades here. And I really do love this magenta and the kingfisher blue. I think that's absolutely beautiful. And there's a pretty jade as well. So you do have a nice selection of colours, and the Payne's Grey is really useful for mixing darker shades of your blues and greens. So we'll just have a look here, and I just keep my scraps of paper. They are really bright, lovely intense colour. Now this is just me blobbing little colours on just randomly and just seeing what beautiful rainbow effects I could get with them. I think that's so lovely to see all those beautiful colours. And these were all done on little either scraps of paper or on my Peter Pauper tiles. And I just wanted to show you how you can mix up some beautiful colours. Now first of all, as I mentioned, I used my Payne's Grey to make some deeper blues, and I deepened the violet by mixing some blue in with the violet as well. So you can create lots of different shades. You've also got some soft muted shades that I've created here. This is quite mottled. This was just me dropping some little blobs of colour into a little wet patch. I don't know what I was trying to achieve, but these are very soft and muted colours, and that is the Payne's Grey, which I've mixed a little bit of the white in to make this lovely soft grey. so you've got lots of opportunity to mix your colours. And I just wanted to compare for you with the ink tints. You can see you can also mix some colours, but it's a little bit more grainy, it's not so smooth as the watercolour. I've also done that on this one here to show you, because I realised the magenta in the watercolour is very, very similar to the fuchsia in the ink tints. And you can see here I've re-wetted this bit and taken a little bit of colour out. Now the difference mainly between the ink tints and the watercolour is the watercolour can be re-wetted and you can lift colour, but with the ink tints, once it's dry, it's permanent. So if you've already got the ink tints and you're not sure, it really depends on what you're using them for, but I find that in my mixed media I use watercolour and I use ink tints, and it's really lovely to have both sets. So I think this is such a lovely set to use. It's described as ultra smooth and translucent washes. You can just experiment with this, but I just think that's a lovely little set. And the thing that appeals to me is, apart from the fact you can get refills, everything apart from your paper is in this lovely little box. It's so easy to pick up and move around and to travel with. So that's the Derwent Watercolour Paint Pan set in 24, also available as 12.